Welcome to Gaia's Love, a podcast of brief messages to help humanity bridge the gap to the new earth. My name is Vivienne Gerard. It is my delight to be a scribe for consciousness today, sharing the wisdom that flows through from Source. Here we go. Episode 154. It is Tuesday today. Tuesday here in Cincinnati. A little chilly, not too bad. Kind of gray with some sort of sun behind some hazy clouds. It's okay. It's an okay day, but I am super excited because my daughter is home on spring break and we're going to go run some errands together. And running errands with your daughter when she's home from college is like such a treat. So that is what's next on my agenda, and I'm super excited about it. But first, we have this podcast space, and what has been coming through for me this morning is this title or focus on laser focus. And we're just going to explore it, ponder it together and see what comes through. I was finding myself debating myself as I was preparing for this in meditation. I'm like, is it better to laser focus? Is it better to multitask? I don't know. There are times where we do both. And so which actually is the better way to be? So I'm really curious to see what my soul and Source and Gaia Earth are going to move through me in this space. So first, where it's coming from, this topic. On Sunday in our meditation time, the energy clearing I was guiding the group through was about the harmony of mind and body and spirit, and how when we find inner alignment, when we can quiet down the mind, soothe the body, and allow the soul to step forward and to guide us, that we are able to get very targeted, very specific about what is most important to do first or next in our journey. It's an ability to zero in all of our attention, harness all of our attention, and then have clarity on what our next priority is. And that comes from mind and body and spirit working as one unit. When that happens, when we're able to laser focus on what our most important priority is, and it's directed or guided by the soul, what often happens is we're a little surprised. It's perhaps not what we thought we would be focusing on, or it has a little different feeling or priority to it than what we might have expected. And so often when we create that meditation time, we have that clarity, and then we receive that laser-focused nugget or information of what to do next. The mind is going to come up with reasons why we shouldn't do it, even though the mind was part of the creation of that idea. And so our mind is keeping us safe and helping us stay within our bubbles, our comfort zones, the places that are familiar. So sometimes we resist laser focusing. This is a general statement. We resist laser focusing because we're not quite sure we want the disruption to our lives that getting very specific or targeted might bring. Sometimes I believe we're afraid we might actually get that thing that we want, that we're laser focusing on. And what would our world look like if we had that thing we really want? Could we accept being that happy or that excited or that content or that abundant or whatever it is that would come with achieving that goal? So our mind is often going to sort of resist or push against that desire to laser focus that the soul may be urging us to do. Which is why many of us, myself included, for a long, long time, much more than I do now, we multitask. We stay very busy doing lots and lots and lots of things. And when we're multitasking, we are taking our energy, our resources, our attention, our focus, and we're spreading it out over lots of areas. So imagine like the lens of a camera. If you're taking a picture from far away and you're trying to include everything in the landscape, you're going to see everything because you'll have that camera lens pretty wide open, but you may not be able to get very specific on what all the individual things are that you see in the viewfinder. You can see the total area, but not the details within each area. If you take that same camera and you zoom in, and there's one specific place in that landscape that you want to see more detail about, and you zoom in and you zoom in and you zoom in. This was always fun for me when I was first learning how to use a camera, to see just how close you could get to that thing that you wanted to look at. How far would that zoom capability work? When you zoom in and you're able to see the details of something, you can still move your camera and look at other areas around there, but you're only able to take in a little bit at a time. You don't have that wide view lens or perspective. So there's sacrifice if you're wanting the wide view or lots of experiences or lots of projects, lots of activity, lots of movement, lots of, what's some of the other word be? It would be like energy. You really want lots of energy moving, and you're used to it being spread out across a wide range of activities and events and people. You're going to have a lot more movement. It might feel really good to your body, to your mind, because there's lots of energy moving, and so it keeps you, I can feel right now in my body, I'm like wanting to move from side to side. Like you just want to be busier, that's the right word. When we zoom in on something very specific and we are laser focusing our attention, much of the activity and the noise around slows down or quiets down, because we're clearly focusing on one specific laser focused item. That was a lot of words. We're zooming in, and that shuts down a lot of the distraction or the noise that may be around us. So both are valuable. Multitasking and laser focusing, both are valuable. If we were walking through life with this tunnel vision, only looking at one thing, we would miss quite a lot of the landscape that our journey in life offers us. And that's what I was feeling when I was meditating, preparing for this podcast. Like, I don't want to miss all the activity. And yet, sometimes it really serves us, it serves our soul to zero in, to laser in on what is the thing we most want to be doing right now. What is that one specific item that if we looked at it and focused on it and we put all of our attention on it for short amounts of time, then it would move us closer towards the outcome we want to receive. What is that one laser focused thing that if we gave ourselves permission, we would narrow in closer and closer and closer to figure out the one next step that would move us in that direction to create or achieve that thing that we're looking at. And sometimes that surprises us. So my invitation to you is to quiet your mind for just a moment and feel your energy all the way in your body. Has stars running from window to window. He is laser focused on something outside. He runs from window to window when he sees something that's moving between locations. He tracks it from inside the house. Oh, that's funny. All right, bring your energy all the way down to your feet, into your body. Imagine you can just slow down the outside world for a moment. You can quiet down all of the activity and the busyness that is going on around you. And you can bring all of your attention into your body. So imagine you're just magnetizing all of your focus into your heart or into your stomach, right into the core of who you are in this moment. And then allow your mind, your soul to surprise you, perhaps to just respond with the first thing that comes to mind when I ask you this question. If you were to laser focus in on one thing in the next month that you would love to create or experience or see or feel or do, what is one thing that immediately comes to your mind? And try not to judge it. It may be as simple as taking a nap if you're really busy. Don't judge it. Just allow your mind to present something that you would just love to experience or create. And then relax the muscles of your body. Allow yourself to feel, what would it feel like if you were in that moment, in that experience? What would your body feel like? Go ahead and relax again. Allow your energy to go all the way down to your feet. And then ask your system, your mind, body, spirit, what is one thing you could do today that would guide you in the direction of that experience? One thing you could do today. And then allow yourself to let go of the limitations or the immediate rejections that your mind would bring forward of why you couldn't do that one thing today. Because the mind will tend to throw it back at us like, it's not possible, there isn't enough time, I have too much on my plate, other people need me, this isn't important. Like, your mind will come up with a whole list of reasons. So allow those to just gently drop to the side and feel inside of your heart, your body. Is it possible you could do that thing today that would move you in the direction of the experience you would like to have in the next month? Is it possible? Is there the potential for you to speak to that person or do that activity or write that thing or whatever it is that your soul was trying to show you? Is it possible you could do that one next step today? That's what laser focus looks like. You get specific on what it is you want, and then you ask your soul to show you, how can I move in the direction of that? And each day, as you're aligning your focus on that experience that you want to have, and you're asking your soul for guidance, you're going to be streamlining your energy, harnessing your awareness, and moving in the flow towards that experience that you want to create. And then you still multitask, you still do all the things that need to be done in the day, but there's this sort of turning of the wheel ever so slightly so that your direction shifts to align with the direction you most want to be moving in. Instead of, in our typical day, we would just be dodging and swerving and trying to move around all the things that are popping up, and we're reacting all day long. This idea of laser focusing is aligning our longer term vision on what is most important at a mind, body, spirit unit level, as a wholeness level. And then asking for just immediate next steps, one tiny thing today, and then tomorrow, one tiny thing for that day. Pretty soon, you start to find that your daily activities are shifting to align with this direction you most want to be moving, and it feels easy, or easier, perhaps, than it's been before. So that's the invitation the I want to say challenge, but it's not even a challenge. It's just the opportunity. That's the word. That's the opportunity of what to explore today. Can you laser focus in on which direction you most want to be going, and then just take one step today that'll move you towards that? And see what happens. Thank you for tuning in to today's vibration. Let's take this message of pure love out into all of our communities and continue expanding love here on Gaia. So much love from my heart to yours.